What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing and Weekend Defender. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club, and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. Today, we've got a very, very exciting guest. This person we've been trying to get on this podcast for a very long time. He's actually a local legend here in Cardiff and known all throughout South Wales and even across season in a small country called Guyana. He's got a book that's called Little Boy Scared. And when you look at the man, or if you've ever heard of this man, you would never think that he was ever a little boy scared. I'm really excited to get into this podcast. I don't know where we're going to go with it because his story is incredible and you'd probably have to sit for hours and hours to get into everything. But I think it's a start to have him here in the studio first and foremost. So I warmly welcome Mr. Cardiff, or as most know, Mr. Dario Deabreu.
Thank you for your introduction. Very nice, very professional.
Thank you, Dario. How's it going?
It's going fine. I'm loving life.
Yeah.
I'm a happy chappy.
Mates.
Yeah, it's happy chappy, man.
You know, when I read an article about you on Wales Online way before we met, and I thought, oh, I'd like to meet this guy. He looks like a bit of a naughty fella. You know, what I read.
Not even nice.
Well, when I met you, it was just a total different contrast. What a gentle, emotional, gentle giant you are, I would say.
Thank you, my friend.
And I think from reading this doesn't surprise me, really, when I read this. And I've read the majority of this book. And, you know, I think a lot of people will relate to this book. A lot of people will relate to you, Dario, in terms of putting that face on, putting that mask on to go out into the world and do what they've got to do. And
good. I hope it helps others. And there must be millions of people out there who sort of got similar lives, and you could feel suffocated by your surroundings. And I just want to tell them all, just be strong, believe in yourself, and you can achieve anything you dream of. And that's what my life's been, a bit of a dream. You know, a dream some people wouldn't want to wake up from. But I don't know if I said that right, actually. Anyway, people who know me know that grammar is not the best. Misunderstood. But just say, hey, Dario, what do you mean by that? Just ask me. Hang about, you said something that, you know, was out of character. What you on about? And I'll explain. Because sometimes I put my foot in my mouth. I don't know the words are for it. But I make lots of mistakes with my. Sometimes I see things without thinking it through. And hey, I've taken a lot of shots to the head, mate. So in the boxing game, you do a little bit of damage to yourself, if you like to say. When I'm tired, I slur. People think I'm pissed, but I'm not. And I'll tell you a few stories about that, actually. When I was accused of drink driving, I said, I don't even fucking drink. What's wrong with drink driving? Drunk? Sorry, yes, I am drunk. I'm fucking punch drunk, you know.
So did you go to court for that?
No. And then when I sat back and explained, the guy was very, very apologetic. I said, oh, I'm awfully sorry. I said, mate, I'm an ex-fighter. I'm a punch drunk. You know, leave me the fuck alone. I was called as an incident that a guy on a site was actually drinking and abusing young girls in the area. He's one of my guards. Had to get rid of him. But they said I was talking as though I'd had a drink. I said, no, sorry, man, you're a mistake. You know? I'm thankful for the apology. But yes, I slur. When I'm tired.
Well, I think, again, that just shows about, like, I think what I admire about you and your honesty a lot of people wouldn't even want to explain themselves there. The fact that you've just opened up about that, you know.
You got to let people know, because they'll assume, never assume. In the club when I was working the doors, I remember working in the Toucan Club opposite Cardiff Castle, Cardiff
Womanby Street,
Castle.
yeah,
Womanby Street, yeah. The Toucan Club, and I was a head doorman, front door, front of house on the door, and the manager came and said, "Danny, there's loads of people coming through into the bar from the hotel, and you're not allowed to do that." So I went back to the back of the Toucan Club, and I put an end to it, put a stop to it, but the girls got a bit high-rated, to say the least, and said, "And who am I to tell them what to do when I'm drunk?" I said, "Stuart, I don't even bloody drink." Yeah. Look at the state of you, the state of me. And your speech, you're slurring your words. I said, "Look, I'm an ex-professional fighter, and that's why I slur." But they were in no state to appreciate my response, so they just left anyway.
Yeah.
But it's something that happens when I'm tired. All ex-fighters, well, not all ex-fighters, but a majority of ex-fighters who never had the skill of moving out of the way, took the shots to the head, they got speech, I wouldn't say speech impediments, but they got speech...
like you said, it's punch drunk, isn't it? It's just a bit of a slur, like, you know.
Punch drunk, yeah.
Like we had a conversation about your boxing style, because you said, we were talking about you trained with Pat Thomas back in the day, and he wanted you to fight a certain way.
He wanted me to fight like him.
But you just said
I'm a brawler. Because nobody ever taught me how to fight, and as you know, boxing's an art of self-defense. But I got a bit ass back. I thought you had to catch the punches, not avoid them. So I done a bit of brain damage. Who gives a shit? It'll change who you are.
Oh, mate, I love your energy and your attitude. It's so infectious.
I don't give a flying fuck. I am what I am. I am who I am. Because of all them things, it built my character, made my character. But the little boy scared was always there. Always there, always lingering in the background. Little boy scared, because you got to be scared to be alive.
Yeah.
You know, people don't, they think it's an unmanly thing to be scared. Mate, haven't done my manhood any harm whatsoever. I like being scared.
Well, fear drives that.
Drives me, makes me fight. Lots of fights when I was fearful of the other opponent. Always. I sort of, it gave me energy.
Well, speaking of speech, I think a lot of people listening to this will say, well, that's not your typical Cardiff accent.
I can give a... No, all right, yeah. I'm born in the West Indies. Born in a place called Georgetown, Guyana. Georgetown's the capital. Loved it. But shit, man, I was boy scared over there big time. But I don't know whether anyone ever picked up on it. Everyone's just busy with your own life. Everyone's busy playing marbles and shit like that in school, like, you know, and dominoes and cards and gambling, all sorts of shit going on in school. And little boy scared was just surviving. He's just surviving in school. Never learned fuck all. Too scared. Waiting on that cane across your back. Whack. And because I was white, it stood out. So it was a bit of a target. And one thing I used to hate is when Miss Mitchell said, "Dario, come up and read to the class." Fucking hell, I'd be wetting my pants. I can't read. Not very good anyway. Yeah,
so the only white boy there who can't read, you're getting targeted.
I wouldn't say I was the only white boy there, but there were very few of us. And I believe a lot of them must have been feeling the same as I felt.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters in the same school. And but nobody knew what I was experiencing. None of my brothers and sisters ever thought that the little boy scared. Nobody ever thought. No, that was just myself. I was just never needed to share it. I dealt with it.
Little boy scared. You've become many things. You was when you come here, you became a butcher. You've been a bodybuilder, Mr. Cardiff. You've been a doorman. You've got your own security firm. You've overcome adversity and terminal illnesses. But I do want to take you back before we get to some of
Go
that.
on, man, go on.
I want to go to Guyana because when I read the book, you know, it's the description
Life
you
in
go
Guyana, yeah. Life in Guyana. I had a great childhood. Even though that little boy scared existed in me, I can never say I got any regrets about the life I've lived. I wouldn't swap it for anything in the world. What an experience to have come through all that. It was just a different way of life in comparison with landing in Cardiff in Gibraltar in 1974. It was December 1974 actually. Left on the 16th, got here on the 17th. The planes were a bit slow back in them days.
Yeah.
They had a few hours to the trip. But yeah, it is a different life. I love it. We were in the back dam every day, chasing, flipping agoutis and armadillos and catching fish, patois, hoodies, saltfish. We had a cracking life.
And for the people, like, why was you in Guyana? What brought you there?
Right. Historically, as far as we can go back, all our family originated from Guyana. But my mother is of Portuguese descendant and my father is of Dutch descendant. So those people would have gone over there. Allegedly, there was like a gold rush period in time back in so many years ago, Christopher Columbus days, whatever. And that's why the white people went, not to highlight the colour of people, but that was the colour of the skin. I don't know why people got problems with calling people by the colour of their skin, because that's the colour of their skin. If you're identifiable by being a little white, I had a great relationship with a guy called Harry Gifflin. He's my doorman. I always get, all right, black boy, what's going on? And he'd say, all right, whitey. You know, it was just banter.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun. Well, no, not whitey. He used to call me white boy. And that's what colour of my skin.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit. And we always had a bit of banter like that. Lovely friend, we've lost him now to cancer. But yeah, growing up in Ghana was fantastic. Great childhood. I had 6 brothers and sisters, 6 white ones anyway. My father was a bit of a boy, and yeah, we got a few mixed race brothers and sisters, which I'm still in touch with now. One's that's still alive because we lost Ronaldo. Ronaldo was mother was a woman called Zina. But my mother sort of helped to bring him up. He lived with us for quite a while, but he's back and forth between his mother's real mother, which is Zina, and my mum.
Did he used to like skip in and out of the house home and back to like the community?
Yeah, get back there. Yeah, but they lived in more undeveloped part of the country than we lived in. Is a sugar plantation estate. It was owned by Bookers. My father worked for Bookers as an overseer, which is a guy who oversees lots of other workers. And that's where my father worked. My mother never worked. I say never worked. Not in my sort of lifetime in the house. Mum done all the gardening. She grew lots of crops. And we had Dulcie, which was a lady of colour who helped us. She was like a second mum. She was brilliant. We loved her. She lived in the dwelling. There was the houses were all built on stilts, and I got loads of photographs of them. And I got photographs of Dulcie at the airport when we flew out of Guyana. In Guyana culture over there, a lot of the white gentlemen who had good jobs had a servant, and we did. But it's common. You'd have a black servant, the Indian servant, the white servant. No explanation why this was happening. But that's the environment I grew up in. But Dulcie looked after us, and obviously my mum as well. She was home. But Dad, I never remember my dad sleeping home. And he must have slept home 6 times because they were 6 brothers and sisters. That's white ones.
He was a bit of a boy, your father.
Bit of a boy, yeah, but what a giant of a man in like I said, his nickname was Mike Tyson. And no, sir, Tiger Tyson, not Mike Tyson. Tiger Tyson. That's the nickname Dulcie gave him because she'd start panicking when she can hear his motorbike coming up the road. Tiger Tyson's coming, Tiger Tyson. Quick. Because my dad liked his food on the table while he sat down because he's a busy man. He'd come home, he'd have a sleep and he'd go back to work. And he'd work like sort of late into the night until he goes off with his women. But he always came home to shower and put his Old Spice on his aftershave back in the day in Guyana in the 70s. And he dolled himself up and he had a big Toyota Crown, a cream Toyota Crown. And the Toyota Crown back in those days in Guyana, because this is a third world country, they're a bit behind everyone else.
Hard to get one.
Yeah, but he was, if you had a Toyota Crown, you made it, and made my dad feel good. But that's why we all work, to make ourselves feel good. We all men like to dress smart and look good and feel great and live life. Work hard during the weekend, come weekend, knock the rum back. Because we lived on a sugar plantation which manufactured rum.
Mm. You didn't much, obviously I've read the book, you didn't really venture out much from the plantation unless it was with your father.
No, and that's correct. That's correct.
What was that like?
We did go to school every day.
Okay.
Our school was very, very memorable during the riots in Guyana because, it went through some volatile times because of racism.
In Albion, yeah? Was it in Albion?
The first...
Oh, Georgetown, was it?
Yeah, first estate I remember my dad working on that we were on was Enmore Albion Estate. And then from Albion Estate, we went to Enmore Estate. But my older brothers and sisters remember there was Mundrypole Estate. And apparently we lived on Enmore Estate many, many years before we went back. And we used to leave the estate only to go on a bus to Georgetown School. I used to go to Main Street Government School, and for some reason, I sat an examination and allegedly passed it, but I must have forged it because I don't know how the hell I went to college. I haven't got a flipping clue. Little boy scared to go to college. But anyway, my father was very proud of me because I was the only one to go to college in our family. But I did anyway. But our bus, what people don't realise is in a country like Guyana, because of the riots, they were bombing the buses. And they bombed a bus in Enmore Estate and killed one of the kids. And it made a very remarkable time in Guyana and in the sugar industry plantations that the bus was bombed. So when I was growing up then, the bus had mesh on the windows. So when the windows were open, they still couldn't get thrown anything in there because it was meshed, like big wire mesh.
And what was the riots over for the people?
To be honest, I was 14. I didn't have a clue. But I think it's to do, if you ask me to have a guess of what it was all about, it was about the riots. It was about racism. It was about whoever was in power. If Charlie Jagan was an Indian Prime Minister, and then the blacks would retaliate against that. I'm assuming, I'm just guessing from a 14-year-old. They then got into power with Forbes Burnham, who was all for the black people. And then Chetty Jagan was for the Indian people. And the white man just stuck in the middle saying, hello.
And yeah, so the white people were the very, very minority because it was more predominantly Indian and black.
Absolutely. But the white people, if that's kind of their skin.
Yeah, white people.
Yeah, white people. I'm glad you said that. Not just me.
There's a lot of soft people out there who get offended by...
mate, if you're white, you're white. You're black, you're black. You're green, you're green. You're yellow. I don't give a shit. I don't know. They should abolish racism, you know? They should abolish it. What the fuck? Your colour is your colour. Be proud of your colour. Black people is as successful as white people or as successful as Indian people. We're all successful in our own rights. People should believe in themselves and have confidence in themselves. Fuck racism. Don't use it. A lot of people use it as an excuse.
Victims, I've
seen, don't victimize yourself. Fuck off. You're black, you're white, you're white. Chinese, Indian, They don't get drawn into it. They don't give a flying fuck. You know? Why should the whites and the blacks be at war? Why?
Being Wales' biggest podcast means only one thing. We need to be sponsored by Wales' biggest clothing brand, Weekend Offender. They've been in the game for well over a decade now, and they still hold weight within the casual scene. If you want a deal on the hottest seasonal drops, then hit the discount code below at Stay Central. Nonsensical.
It's unproductive.
Yeah.
Unproductive, 100%. Next. Crack on in it.
So...
I told you we're a race riot tonight.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't lose my train of thought.
So the white people, yeah, you was in the middle, yeah, but you said that also, you know, if you was white in Guyana.
We were dealing the lesser
Yeah.
people. So I know what racism is like. So when I come to this country and I see everybody fighting against whatever their mentalities are, I experience that, but totally the opposite.
Yeah, you was roles reversed.
Yeah, roles reversed. And I was not clever. I didn't have that. I'm trying to think of a nice word. I didn't have that pleasure. Not pleasure. I didn't have that.
Do you mean coming here? You could have easily been someone to be racist towards black people, but chose not to. Is that what you're saying?
Say it again. I didn't get it.
So obviously, being in Guyana as a white person, being racially abused, coming to the UK, someone with the wrong mentality could have became racist towards the minority black people here. But you wasn't that. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went straight onto the black. I went straight onto the docks.
Reading your book,
Straight to the
all your
docks,
mates were black.
Black, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my best mates, Harry, I loved him, but he worked the doors.
It's because what you know, though, innit?
Yeah. And people said, it's all about education. And I'm not a clever man, but racism is all about education. Teach them in the schools. Never mind the fucking algebra and geometry. Where's that going to get you in life? How's that going to buy you a house? How are you going to know how to manage your money? How are you going to do finance? All that shit is irrelevant in school. Algebra and bloody geometry. And if you're religious, you do religious studies or whatever. That's fine. But they should teach you how to get a mortgage. Teach you how to behave. Teach you about different types of people. How and why we all look different. But we're all the same. You cut yourself, you bleed red, man. Blood's red, regardless whose body's in, whatever colour your skin, blood's still red. And that's neutral.
100%.
Is that a red word? Neutral? Is that? Help me out, Jay, brother.
Yeah, neutral.
Yeah, so people need to educate that in school. That's what you should be teaching in school. Not fucking algebra.
I agree.
Geometry. You got to have maths and English, yeah. But teach others.
You don't need algebra.
Don't need algebra.
It's your times tables, that's it. And I don't even know that.
Maths, you can add up. My father was a businessman, and my mother was a businesswoman. She sold drinks and pasties and bakes through the. I can tell you now because the book is a seat's gone and we don't live there anymore. But she used to sell stuff over the back fence for pennies. Cause
little hustle.
We went, little hustle. I'm a hustler as well, you know that, don't you? But all the kids go past to school, they buy Morby over the fence. It's a little drink made from the bark of a tree in Guyana. And they'd buy tennis rolls and black-eye cake and pone, which is made out of cassava, over the back fence. And then she'd kill a chicken, sell a chicken cross the thing on the way home and cook some food. My father, he ran a plantation, he was an overseer, and he later on, when he left Guyana to come here and things went wrong, which I'll tell you about after, and he had to flee on a dead man's passport. My dad wasn't a very saint, was he? He got a dead, him and his brother had this little discussion about how best to handle the situation. The money didn't come from Guyana, because in a third world country, you can't take your money out. You got to spend it in the in the country because it's for their economy. So he earned the money in Guyana, he had to spend in Guyana. So he tried to, like my father would, businessman, he tried to smuggle the money out. Something happened to the money, we don't know what, but it didn't come. So we couldn't buy a house in Australia.
Well, that's where you was going, weren't it? Australia,
Queensland to be exact.
Yeah.
Right in the centre, that's where the sugar plantations were growing and the business was thriving.
Well, you was a water boy. You loved the water, didn't you? And you loved the that climate of Guyana. So you was excited to go to somewhere which is probably similar but much safer.
Absolutely, yes. And that's where we're going for, safe haven, if you like. But it never happened. In the end, they had to go on a dead man's passport, so he was undercover.
And this dead man's passport was...
he was a cousin of the family.
Okay, so it wasn't like it wasn't like he whacked someone and took his passport.
Didn't whack it. He whacked a lot of people in Guyana. Don't say it.
Well, yeah. Like,
they can't do nothing. He's dead.
No, exactly. And in the book you said about your father during these riots, even though he was very volatile, as a white man, he went to the towns. He was feared, and he even had you said he had an army of 300 people?
He had a double-barrel shotgun he used to bring home. Because one night I was on the floor. We got no carpets in Guyana. It's wooden floors, because the houses are tropical. And the houses weren't tropical. The climate was tropical. So he was cleaning the barrel of the gun. There's this big rod that shoves down the barrels of the gun just to clean the barrel of the gun. And I was looking up the barrel of the gun, being a stupid little kid, which I was. And he slapped me across the head with the butt of the gun. He said, "You never ever looked up the barrel of a gun." Never done it again. But he slapped me. My father was you would see him as like a vicious man. Like he's a very lovable character. He oozed affection. He oozed. You just wanted to be near him and smell his tobacco because he was a smoker. He had the cigarette in Guyana called State Express 5. We used to call it 555 because he had 555s on it. That was the logo on the box, and I just loved the smell. I never smoked in my life, but I liked the smell of his tobacco. Yeah. I felt safe. What are you looking for? You lost him?
I'm looking at the photo of him because do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the Iceman. Do you know who the Iceman is?
Yeah.
The McClinsky, the hitman.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
He does look like a mean...
He's a big weightlifter, he was.
Was he?
He's strong, yeah, he's a weightlifter. But yeah, he had his nails. Everyone's scared of him. When you go to a rum shop, in Guyana we got no pub, see? We got what's called a rum shop. It's like a wooden shack that sells rum and ice. And when they've had too much to drink and they kicked off, and my father's throwing bodies left, right and centre. That's all right. I remember him cuffing a man. We call it cuff. You call it a punch. He cuffed a man. Bam! Knocked his shit over the table, and the table just collapsed. Because the other guy was a big guy as well.
Looks like he
was a beast, man.
A beast, yeah. And someone you just wouldn't want to fuck with, If you can see that there.
When we got you, now you're talking about beast. I actually turned in that beast when I was on steroids. Yeah, I took steroids when I was bodybuilding. Because everybody was on it.
Well, I think he was a bit bigger than him then, to be honest.
Okay, but everybody was on it. But, I was more defined. Because, obviously, I trained there.
But you also say in the book as well about everything was fighting. Fight your brother, fight him. And he'd bring your cousins over from the UK.
Yeah.
And you'd be scrapping like competition.
Yeah. My father was a very competitive man. All of his friends... They'd come over for a drink, but they'd have to bring their sons and we'd have a fight. And if their sons weren't available, he put the brothers to fight. Dom, my bigger brother, he used to battle shit out of me. He choked me once. I went blue, apparently. And my dad lashed him across it and let him go. But we used that for entertainment. We're entertaining his friends when he brought his friends over. We'd have cockfights. The Falcons, the Spurs, cockfights. It's big in some countries, it's big in Guyana. And we had racing goats. Goats race, We'd run them and we'd have a harness on,
Yeah.
And that was our entertainment. if we weren't fighting, the brothers and dad's friends, sons,
The animals were.
Yeah, the animals were. Yeah, we had dog fights. Chance was one of our biggest love. My grandfather's dog. He was brutal. They'd grab each other's faces like and rip them off. It was blood baths. It was dog fights. Yeah, growing up in Guyana is definitely different from the UK. I never seen so many cars in my life on North Road when I came away in Cardiff. I nearly got run over a dozen times because of all so much traffic. In Guyana, you only see one car going up one day and another one coming on the other. That's it. Yes, this country got 4 or 5 cars going everywhere.
But when you moved here, was you excited to come to Cardiff?
Yes. Not as excited as Australia.
Yeah, I bet.
because this was only a stop-off. Because that's what Dad said. Because he didn't want to tell us. And we were kids. I was 14. And the ages went to my eldest sister, which was... She would have been about 18, I suppose. Oh, she didn't come with us, though. She stayed behind because she got married. I'm my second sister got married. So only 4 of us came here. Me, an elder brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. And, we got... Through uncontrollable circumstances... We got left here.
And I think there was over 9 of you in a...
9 of us in a 3-bedroom council house, yeah.
In Cabalfa.
Yeah. And we had 9 of us had to have a bath. Yeah, so the bath was pretty discoloured when I got in there. Black if you're in the water.
And...
I don't even wash properly. I don't think I had a toothbrush.
Don't worry.
No, I'm sure I did not have a toothbrush.
Well, did you brush your teeth in Guyana? Was that a thing, like? Or some cultures ain't, do they? Like,
yeah, no. Well, if we didn't brush our teeth, we did when we were home because mum and dad made us brush our teeth because hygiene was very important. You know, I stung like a flipping rat when I come over here. And my girlfriend bought me, Helen, my first wife, she bought me a canister of Lynx's, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that back in the day. I said, what's this for? She said, to spray on their arms. I said, why do I spray on my arms? I was the alien, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
She said, no, you just do it. So I did it. And what I realised years later is, she said, you're buzzing. I thought I was manly to smell like a beast, you know.
Yeah, well, over there, that's...
Yeah, that's your manhood. You got to smell. Got a man smell.
Yeah.
Over here, you got to camouflage. Change the world, not for the better. Go ahead, son.
And what else? What else was a culture shock for you coming over here?
Traffic, the food. I love the food, man. Yeah. No, forget about back home. Here, I never had sugar puffs before. Sugar puffs made this a legend. Sugar puffs.
Yeah.
I never had even cornflakes. But between 9 kids, there was
not many cornflakes.
You had to fight for food. So that's why I started stealing on the way to Lady Mary. That was the first school I went to, Lady Mary. And of course, I had to go through past a few shops.
What you said about going to school and the struggle, it would have been your dad made ends meet. No, but you said like he'd have, he bought us all a jacket after. I know why you painted your house pink, because your first jacket was pink, weren't it?
That's right.
I know, yeah.
See, no, and that's done subconsciously. My dad was up for bargains. And we go to Best Road Market, you buy, pay for one and get 2 if you like. So he done a deal, and I ended up with a pink jacket.
But you didn't care, did you? Because you were just warm.
It was warm. I was more considering. I was feeling warmth. The matter colour. We are seeker in Guyana. Everything's bright. You want to get noticed? You wear bright. No, my father is the same as me, or I'm the same as my father. He loved loud stuff, because when he wasn't working, which wasn't very often, but he'd go with his women. He was a sharp dresser, nice brown leather shoes, and he always had a nice belt, but a loud fucking shirt. The shirt said, "Look out, I'm fucking coming." And that's why I like dressing. Look out, I'm fucking... Because when I come here, no bastard knew me. I was getting beaten up, thrown in Roth Park Lake, beaten up from my girl. I lost 2 girlfriends from that. Jean Granger and Helen Thomas. Lovely guy, loved in the bits. I always fall in love, I don't know why. but they left me.
You got through in Roth Park, did you, in the lake?
I got thrown in Roth Park Lake. by a guy called Paul, who came to the boxing gym many weeks later. He didn't remember me. I battered shit out of him because I was in the ring. I found my safe haven in the ring because it was all sort of legit, legal. You didn't have a referee, but you had a trainer there, like guiding you, Hey, Dario, whoa. Paul's a novice. Take it easy. I said take it fucking easy. He didn't know. He didn't know that guy beat me up and threw me in off.
Yeah.
Sorry for spitting it.
Did Paul know, though, who you were after the beat?
What? Oh, I knocked some brain cells. He figured it out. Now, the other story I got to tell you with Gene, this is Gene Granger now. Gene, if you're listening, this is why you finished with me. Because I got beaten by a guy called Fairy. No, I won't go bragging about that.
Fairy.
But this guy was Fairy and Hanker. I always call it Hanker the Wanker. Because I went to the gym after I never had no confidence outside the ring, because inside the ring I'm actually protected because you got like trainers in and they supervise things. But Dennis on here, a good friend of mine, hello Dennis, if you're watching, he said, I know where Hanker lives, I'll take you around there. So he came and he sort of refereed everything. He said he lives in this house. So I knocked the door. Hanker came to the door and I just grabbed him, and the rest was history, man. Reputation began. I battered him, beat him black and blue, blood everywhere. It was right outside the railway pub in Splot in, I think it's Carlisle Street, if I can remember rightly. But yeah, and
how did you feel after that? Did you feel the confidence grow?
I was elated. I felt, I got to make a mark on myself. I got to make you remember who I am, because nobody knew me, and that's why I got beat up and thrown in the road back leg, and by lesser people than me, because they were comfortable in their zones, and it make them feel good. So I thought, well, have a little bit back yourself. So I give him some good lashes, man, and and then word gets round, you know what it's like, and a repetition. The other two guys I was scared of was Dennis Ondy, who helped me on that day actually, but I was still scared of him, and Fotic me, hello Fotic. Fotic's a very good friend of mine.
Little Fotic. Little Steve Mia.
Oh, Steve Mia.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. We all grew up scared of him back in the
What was he like? What was he like as a youngster then?
Oh, he's a little hard nut.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, a bit of a reputation. But then I didn't see him for years. About 40 years later, I bumped into him in a club in a pub I actually fought in. I fought the guy called, I know him, Teddy Smith. That's it.
Teddy Smith.
A boxer anyway. We were all scared because of reputation. Darren Brewster, a black kid from Splot, he used to call him Pelly. I don't know if he was a good footballer or what. His nickname was Pelly. He might have had two left feet, but they called him Pelly. And he beat me this once, and he liked it so much, he beat me twice. No, he did beat me twice actually. But he was up because they're stablemates with Roth Youth, and we were fighting above. I think it's called top of Rumney Hill. Anyway, that pub up there.
Okay. Oh, yeah. What's it called? Yeah, what's it called?
Before you go down left into Ball Road.
Yeah.
You know, there's a pub, the Rumney, whatever.
The Romney, eh? Is it Romney?
No, not the Romney. That's further down. No, this pub anyway. Same pub I helped Stephen Meir, Fotic I call him. He said, Dario, I think I'm going to have a bit of trouble here. He's out of his depth there, I think. He said, I'm going to have a bit of trouble here with these a few rowdy guys, like, you know. So don't I get back? But anyway, I made a couple of incisions, let's say, and nothing moved in the pub. But Fotic and me are good, and then we go for meals. But that's when I fought Teddy Smith. In the changing rooms, Brewster comes up to me. He said, in the changing, he says, "You fighting?" Because on the wall they put all the
names of the fight. Yeah.
And Darren Deabreu v Terry Smith, and he said, "You're not fighting Terry?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh fuck." I thought, well, you beat me, and you take your shit scared. What's he going to do to me? I was so scared, and this is why fear makes you fight. I was so scared, I ran over my car. I don't think he had a chance to get up on the stool. I battered him.
Did you? Oh, before the fight?
No.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant he was just sitting out of the ring on a fucking stool, like, and you just went and battered him. No, I get you.
No, I was always being bullied. Though.
So fear's always been...
Fear's
but,
always
yeah,
been
that's
there.
it, isn't it? You know?
Fear's
Just learning
always
off the
been-
channel.
You know another thing I'm very fearful of? Women.
Oh, fuck you. I think we all are, mate.
Women. To all you women out there, it's bollocks. No.
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not. I'm single man. I'm quite happy as a single man. It gets lonely sometimes, but I'm happy because I do what the fuck I like.
Have you been on any of them dating sites or anything? Or?
Yeah, I've tried everything.
I love Dario, mate.
All that happens is you have a little ride, you know, and they have a little go as well, like,
Yeah.
you know. But for some reason, I think the good Lord up there, he's watching out for me, and he's got something special up his sleeves for me, I think.
Yeah.
I painted my house pink, so I don't want to give people the wrong idea. I've tried the rest, now I've got to try the best. No, I don't want people to think I am weird. I paint my house pink because I can. I don't give a flying fuck.
What?
Women's been a bit. My wife's fantastic people. I love them all. I got kids with them all. Love them all. I wish them all the best. But everything came to an end. I was a fool in the beginning, simply because I was young. Immature. Maybe did I follow in my father's footsteps? Don't know. It must have been done subconsciously because I still love all my wives. I mean, they're good as gold. But I got kids with them. I respect all that. But who knows what's around the corner? A nice young lady might be waiting out there for me. If you do see it, give me point in this direction. No. But I'm now the best version of myself.
You believe,
I'm a much better man now than I ever was back in my 30s. I was a maniac, mate. Fucking new scanning.
So yeah, you to get by, started a butcher.
You're not filming any of this. We're just talking as men. Yeah, that's the mentality I got. Okay, we just boys talk, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, boys talk.
So you started the butchers, yeah? That was your.
Listen to this now. The butchers. I worked in the meat markets, chopping cows and pigs and sheep up, and hunting them around, just throwing them over my back, chucking them in the back of a van, delivering the stuff. It was building my body up because it was good weightlifting back in the early days before the bodybuilding, before the steroids. I built myself up on the meat. I've been in the abattoir bashing up the beef up before Rocky films come out. I'm bashing the beef. When I turned pro, the photograph in the back of the Echo is me on the meat.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Hammering the meat. But I'm in neutral a second. I'll get back there.
Well, I do know that you and I can relate to this one, but you've stuck a few slabs of meat down your pants as well, haven't you?
Yes. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Jeff. I'll pay you back. I had to steal meat to survive because they never paid me enough. I had my roof fixed. Andy Ward, you remember this? I climbed up on the roof. I couldn't do the roof. So I got Andy Ward. I said, mate, I can't pay you, but you're going to have half a cow. so I'd sneak off, make a half a cow, and deliver it to him. And when I wanted my brother to do a chimney stack in the back of my house, I went a bit of construction work. It wasn't my best, but the house nearly fell down.
Oh, my God.
Because I took out a beam, and there was no armrest. So all I can remember is my wife, then Helen, saying to my two sons, run to the back. And no, I said to them, run to the front of the house, because I think the back's coming down. I was doing an extension. Wasn't my best attempt, but I got on by scratching backs.
Yeah. I'm
a trader. I'm a wheeler dealer. My father used to be the same. I'll give you a bit of sugar cane if you do me a bit of this. That's how the world started. Adam and Eve trading really apples. I think. But
Well,
that's what I done.
along those lines.
When I wanted my car fare, the MOT, my Morris 1000, because the sills were all rusted, I went across the road, a couple of my friends, I said, mate, do the weld a new panel into the bottom of the sills, I'll give you a bag of sausages. And I did.
But that's it, isn't it?
That's how I got on. I did build an empire like that.
Yeah.
Selling, wheeling and dealing. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you. I didn't have money.
Times have changed so much, haven't they?
Tell me about it. I can't do my trade anymore. I opened a bit of sausage on it. I think I'm more.
Fucking hell.
You didn't get that, did you?
What'd you say?
It's okay.
No, go on.
If I offer somebody a bag of sausages today, the police will be knocking my door off. The guy just said, you wanted to give him a sausage?
Oh, fucking hell. I know.
Sorry, guys, this turned into a comedy show.
No. But it is. That's how fucking mad this world is, mate. It is. Language has changed, and
I don't give a fuck.
No.
I can only be myself.
Yeah.
Whether I'm a jackass one minute and whatever the next, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
I haven't got a woman in my life. I haven't got a total line of fuck all.
No.
Just be me. Well, so you might like that.
So when did you start to venture down the docks and places like that? Where
As I got off the plane.
was
I
it?
got off the plane. I was living in Splot. And didn't literally get off the plane, like. But as time progressed, yeah. I got to 15. I found myself homeless on the streets. I went to see my auntie in the beginning, but I got into trouble. I should say I got a son into trouble. My cousin Carl. If I get mixed up by naming people in this interview, if it's still rolling, I'm just using people's name, not literally.
Yeah, as a reference, yeah.
Yeah, as a reference. No, the man, no. It may not be Johnny or James or England or whatever. It could be just flipping Billy, but I renamed them so to not tarnish anybody, if you like. Right, where was I? I went off on a trot there.
You went down the docks. You made yourself homeless. Well, you was homeless.
Yes, because I got kicked out. And a friend of mine says, Dario, come and stay with us for the weekend. Stephen Snell it is. I'm proud of that guy. I went to live with Brenda Snell and her 3 kids, Lisa, Mark, and Stephen. Their father sadly passed away. What did her name was? Brenda. Brenda became like another mother to me. She looked after me. She was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Looked after me better than I can imagine. Sundays were fantastic. And the house would always be full. Lots of friends around that family. But I, again, was just go through life subconsciously. And then there's a youth club called Eastmore's Youth Club down the bottom of the road.
Yeah.
And I met a girl called Rosina Farrugia. Hi, Rose. She named her son Dario.
No way.
Yeah. But she always said she loved my name. She actually, I think she ran away.
Does she love you?
Oh, yeah. We still love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can say that. But yeah, Rosie's been in a long-term relationship now with Gary, and they're fantastic. But I still see Rosie. But Rosie was the first girl, actually the second girl I got involved with here. First was Jean Granger. And we had to come in and got beat up, I think. I threw an edge. But Rosie made a big mark in my life. As a kid, we loved it. I remember being with Rosina during the Jubilee. And
yeah, the silver Jubilee.
I got photographs of this. I dressed up as an Amerindian from my country with a grass skirt. I had a grass skirt on. I had gravy browning all over me to make me look tanned, like a native Indian back in Guyana. And Carlos Scott, the Bucho, a very good friend of mine, he was dressed up as a big lady with a big mop of hair and big boobies. We looked hysterical, mate, but we were having fun.
Good.
And then I used to see boyfriend, girlfriend, me and Rosie. She'd come over the house and we'd listen to music and we'd roll around on the floor, if that's what you call it. But we never had sex or anything like that. But she always said she named my son Dario. I met her years later. She said, "Here's my son, and he's called Dario." I thought, "Bloody, what an honour."
Wow.
You know? But I got involved with the doctor because you have to walk around. And I'd be walking down the docks on Bute Street. The guy said, "Hey, white boy, what are you doing down here? You know where you are?" I said, "I'm going to fucking but I'm in Rosie." So she used to protect me.
Yeah.
So Rosie, we used to go back down to her house. Never, she was only 14. We were only kids. I was 15, 16. And our mother's just passed. I went to the funeral. Lovely woman. But she lived in another street. I started going back and forth the docks, and my confidence kept growing and building. Then I started fighting for Splot. Then I used to fight for Gabafa for St. Joseph's, and then I moved on to Splot, and it's fought for Splot. And then I started fighting the docks kids from Prince of Wales, and then I started having some wins, and my confidence was building and building. And years later, from the meat markets, I was very, very ambitious. So when Harry passed away and he sold the shop, I bought the shop, and I had a butcher shop. I didn't know fuck all about butchering.
Just wing it, innit?
Yeah, you wing it. That's it. That's all. I won it.
Yeah.
That's the first business I had.
What was I've spoken to other guests we've had on who from like the docks and stuff. What was the docks like, if you could explain, when you had that butcher shop? For people who don't know what the docks is.
Sure, if you ask me what I thought, brilliant. I love the docks. I love the people in it. I love the docks. The docks made a massive imprint on my life, and I'm still involved with the docks. All the people, I still love them. But I got a lot of history of business in the docks. I still got people who work for the company, live in the docks, friends and family. I don't want to go into too great a detail, but I had a video business down there after the butcher shop, because the butcher shop, I sold it to go to live in Canada, in Toronto with my sister on a dairy farm. And when that came to an end, I love my sister and her husband, and then the whole family. They got kids and grandkids now. Love them all. Just came back from Barbados with them. We all went on there as a family.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
We had
really
fantastic time. I booked for 2 weeks, but I came back within a week. I had to pay to come back early. And that was Barbados and everything. Thought that was nuts. I thought, well, you know, I don't stay
7 days, I'm enough.
Yeah, I don't stay anywhere long.
Yeah.
I went back and actually met someone that came back, actually. But anyway, that's...
Inboxes were full with it.
Yeah. But where was I before that? Oh, the business? Oh, yeah.
It was all about the docks. You said,
Docks.
I bought a video business.
Yeah. I didn't buy a video business. I created it.
You created? Well, like renting videos and that.
On the back of a van.
How'd that go?
Not just a van, back of a telecom van. A big yellow van.
How'd that go?
Dario was a man in the van. Well, brilliant, mate. Well, brilliant. But I used to make a few stops on the way around.
What do you mean by that?
Use your imagination.
Okay.
I loved the docks people. I loved the docks women.
They're like your father there, though, ain't you?
Yeah, that's my father coming out to me. But like, I suppose, yeah. I suppose, yeah.
He'd venture out to he'd venture out to the jungle and all and bring back these women.
Yeah. Well, yeah, similar. Let's go along that route. Yeah, just use him as like my dad. Yeah, I loved it. And they loved it as well. And they had a free movie.
I swear I've seen a program like that where it's like a man who I'll give you DVDs, I swear they based the film off Dario, mate.
These things happen, okay?
Yeah.
And I can't shy away from it. I had, is it called relationships? I don't know. It's divine. But I had a lot of friends in the docks. I loved it. I didn't harm anybody. We both got something out of it. It's like it's like the meat, the butchers. You know, they buy a bit of meat. A lot of them. I can't go into too much detail, I suppose, but
it's out of public interest, isn't it? It's years ago, like, you know, you can reflect on it. You know, you can't.
Yeah, but you can use your imagination. This is what they said. The gyro haven't come yet, and they're just home from work, and they wanted bacon and eggs. Well, that's what it is. But I know that they'd pay me later. So I thought.
Yeah.
But sometimes I had to go to the house. Can't remember why.
Yeah.
No.
Perks of the. Would you say that's the stress of the job, or even perks of the job?
Yeah, you put words in my mouth.
Must have been a good time.
Yeah, made fantastic. Yeah. For everyone involved. Yeah. I never said or thought any different. I just love the docks. I love everybody in the docks. I love them all.
If we venture out more of the docks and just speak of Cardiff, yeah. So when I've spoken to people, like, oh, do you know Dario Deabreu? Or what do you think? You know, it's mixed. So there's...
Bring it on.
Dario's a lovely guy, gentle giant, you know, don't fuck with him. Oh, he's a bit of an arsehole. There's mixed views, isn't it? Why?
Right. First and foremost, let's go deal with a guy who says I'm an arsehole, mate. You only call someone an arsehole behind their back, first of all. I mean, if they fancy calling them in the face, that's fine. But they had to pay me to beat the fuck out of them. They had to pay me to beat them up. I'm beating them up for fuck all. I said to them on the doors, how much you... These trying to get in the clubs, and they said, you got to pay. I don't pay. I said, no, you got to pay. But I had confrontation, not lots of confrontation, but I had a few stand-up moments on the door. I'm not diverse, I go back to that. But I wouldn't fight anybody. You're dirty my hands without getting paid. You want me to fight you? I got to get paid. Let's go back to the first thing I was talking about.
Yeah, it was just a wide mix of views, like, you know, and I would just like to know where this came from.
A weak man would slag another man off.
Yeah.
A weak man, no one knows slagging him off, try to make himself look better than me. Okay, a lack of confidence in a man would make you slag another man off. What's the other one? A coward would slag another man off, or a jealous would slag another man off. I don't slag people off. If anyone wants to slag me off, they're obviously missing something in their lives. Poor bugger, give him a fucking sweetie, you know, because he's lacking something. If he can try and make himself feel better by demoralizing another human being, crack on, you know. If it made it probably give him an erection by slagging me off.
I've been a drug addict.
Me, they're leaving someone else alone.
No, but you're bang on, because I've been a heroin addict for over 10 years, and I was a hateful person. I'd slag everyone off because I was the down and out. Do you know what I mean? I was insecure. I was hateful.
Yeah, but that's it. Insecure people slag other people off. Well, why? I'm a good human being. I love people. I give to charities. Did you know that? I did lots of work for charities. Speak to Nicky Piper.
No. Yeah. But what you told me before, which I understand as well, because I do it now, is I give back now because I want to give back. I give back because I feel... Yeah. But was it a stage in your life where you probably did take, and that's why you do give back now? Has that got truth to it?
I don't know if that's why I give back. I give back because I want to be in a position to maybe a lot... I don't mean I got money. I've been giving since I had leukemia. I give the cancer research. It's only small amounts, but it's regular. It's every week or month, whatever it is. They deduct it on my. They got direct debits. LSPCC, Charles thing, because I was sort of unfortunate to be separated from my family, so I give it to them as well, and I sponsor Gavin Gwynn. I sponsored a city hospice with Nicky Piper. I'll do my fair share of giving back.
Giving back, yeah.
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 And I've just done something, but I'm not going to tell you about it because someone else might find out and they want you the same.
Yeah, don't share your
I've
ideas.
just done lots of... Yeah, I've done things that make me feel good. And that means giving, I give.
So you was a butcher, you was very fit, you was doing your boxing and stuff. How did the bodybuilding come into it then?
Right. Bodybuilding has always been my first love, but all the opportunity never came knocking. Good question, that is, actually. I'm impressed. Always been my first love, but boxing, I did it for my father. Every time I climbed to the road, I had over 220 fights, allegedly, because a lot of my medical cards were destroyed because they used to match with people who were far superior to myself, and I'd expected to get beaten, and it did happen quite a lot. Where was I?
You were just talking about bodybuilding, and
yeah.
you know, your father making you do the boxing and
Well, no, my father didn't make me do anything, but I did it because my father
love fighting.
Loved the sport.
Yeah.
Sport. So I thought, and you know what? He never seen me fight.
Wow.
But he came here once. He did see me fight once. And I lost. I got beat by Steve Foster, who went on to win the world title.
Wow.
If you Google Steve Foster, you'll see he won the world title. He beat me. I swear, he wouldn't beat me. He wouldn't beat the real Dario Deabreu. But unfortunately, it's not an excuse. It's a fact. I was diagnosed with leukemia after it was discovered.
Wow.
And it's been in my system for 4 years because that's what the doctors told me. He said it got to such a latter stage of the cancer because I kept ignoring it. I had a big lump in my on the inside of my left knee. It was a very big, obvious lump, and I kept falling asleep. I kept constantly being tired. It stopped me from driving for a bit because I couldn't concentrate. It was affecting me. I never had a clue. But when my wife said to me, because her mum worked in the hospital, she said, that's a kind of sign of cancer. You want to get into the hospital. Within that phone call, within that conversation, the phone call was made for that, and there was a warrant out for my arrest. Because my body was breaking down so fast that the next step would have I'll drop dead.
Warrant out for your arrest?
To get me into the hospital.
Right, sorry.
Because it's so the obvious signs were so detrimental to me that then they had to arrest me to take me in there. And then when I got into the hospital, there was like 5 doctors in the room, and there's 5 doctors because I was bodybuilding, and I had 21-inch biceps and a 52-inch chest. If you can look at Mike Tyson as an example, his arms, he looks pretty big, but his arms were only 16 inches. Mine were 21. I was like a monster, and it was affecting my brain. Everything was affecting my body.
You look a bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger in some of them, with the long hair and that as well. Like.
Yeah, what you got to remember is actually I don't know what you got to remember.
Yeah. Yeah,
They were uncertain times, to say the least, because the diagnosis came from out of the blue. But when I read upon it, the most common side effect from anabolic steroids is leukemia.
Wow.
Yeah, the most common side effect. I read that in a bodybuilding magazine, and when you think back of how many bodybuilders died so young, because they may have had cancer and they didn't know it. Because cancer is actually, I don't know what it is.
Well, to be honest, I suppose being a big muscly fuck,
yeah,
having a little lump on your knee, it helped, but you probably didn't really notice it that much. Rather, if you was a scrawny guy with a lump on it, you're ripped. Your legs, your arms are ripped.
Yeah,
so you probably didn't notice for age anyway.
But I was not just a monster in physique. I was a monster in the head, mate. I went to Miami. There was guns involved in Miami.
Yeah, we'll touch on a bit of the Miami in a sec. But like going back to how did the debt collecting get in? How did it come about in the first place? Was it just something you fell into because of your stature?
A bit of that, yes. I done a few things. When I was working in the meat markets in 1977, someone had to go and get checks because everyone had they call it tick, isn't it?
Yeah.
With credit, because that's what the world was all about. You buy something, you don't pay for it. Then a lot of the meat markets, you got credit, but obviously sometimes they're a bit slow paying, so I'd have to go out and get it. And I remember the manager, Jeff Morris, lovely guy. Hi, Jeff. I always do that because
hopefully they're watching.
One day. But yeah, he's a lovely man, Swansea boy. Jack, you call him, whatever. He said, "Oh, Danny, gonna get a chance again this week?" And I said, "Why are you shitting me all the time?" He said, "Because you get the results, you get the money in." So I thought, okay. And then this is subconsciously now, okay? I must have been the beginnings of a business because I was good at something. You see how it propels? Then you find that you're good at something. So you put it into practice. And it grew, and I kept getting the money in. And then when I had my first butcher shop, and there's a couple of people who wouldn't pay, and I'd go to the house, and I get the money. If it was... I'll leave that alone for a bit because I can't remember what the fuck I was saying. I always get the money anyway, is the point I'm trying to make. And rain's heavy, isn't it? The rain.
Wow.
I love it. Well, because we're indoors.
I think it brings more to the effect of the story we're going into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was showing good... that I was beginning to think or know I was good at something. So, if I can collect money for the meat market, it was called Swifts, the company I worked for, I thought, I'll do this as a business. So, I formed a company called DSD, Debt Collection Services, and off I went. People would just flock to me. Don't worry, if you get knocked in, just give Dario a call. He get your money back. But he'd have 50%, because that's what I did. Because the way I done the debt collecting was not, can I get locked up for this? Who gives a shit? I'll say this lying anyway.
Yeah.
Wasn't the conventional
Wasn't
way.
the conventional way, yeah.
I never harmed anybody. I turned up, they paid the money. Who gives a shit what I'm in between? You know?
I'm like you said, they're 50-50 because most of the time they were writ off anyway.
Yeah.
If Dario don't get it, I ain't getting it anyway. So
That's right.
I'd rather have 50% of nothing.
Exactly, and that's how I went. And I became very successful at it. I became very professional at it. I didn't drive an Escort with a fucking baseball bat. I drove a Mercedes and I wore a Armani suit. So when I turned up, they thought, holy fuck, this guy looks... And I went, my size and my face, that's what you got to sell. What's in your favour? So I sold the face. Apparently the face...
Quite frightening.
Speaks 1,000 words or whatever the saying is. But apparently, when that face turned up, they parted with the money. So it must have been something. So, and I always dressed like an Armani suit and Ralph Lauren shirt and Italian leather shoes and driving a Mercedes. So they thought, oh, this guy ain't fucking about. So they gladly parted the money. There was a job I done in Surrey, which, what can I say about a job in Surrey? Well, it got a bit physical, and allegedly a guy got tipped out of his chair, upside down, and somebody fell in his testicles and crushed his testicles. Not me, I'm not saying it's me, but ended up in the Old Bailey. The Metropolitan Police come down here to pick me up. There's an article in the paper saying, I still got the article actually, the criminal paper saying, that collector was, they were searching for that collector in Cardiff. They arrested me. I sat in the back of a car, all the way back to London. They locked me up in a bail hostel, and the rest is history.
Oh, damn, mate. And I assume that was like, whatever happened there was like the start of, you know, you going to Miami and, yeah, the journey began.
Different journey, different car.
Wow. And obviously I've read the book as well, so I know from there, like, your life goes just unreal. People think that, like, up to now, like, you know, your story's a bit wild, but you've had a bit of a mad life, haven't you? And I think people are going to be upset now because we're actually over the time limit. Will you come back for part 2 and we'll really go into all this? And
well, yeah, the thing is, when you get tired, you can't talk, you can't function properly. You know, now I'm on a wind down now, you know. I just want to give you a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it.
So much more went on in my life after that I grew into Dario. I grew into a different person. And I think I did. I turned my life around thinking, well, you know, this is only going to happen. Why the good Lord knocked me down in leukemia is because I was heading towards the morgue.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, you know, I hopefully next time we can speak. I know, I can see you want to skip that chapter in your life. I don't know if it's because you're not proud of it or not, but I would like to hear, you know, what you've written I'd like you to speak what's happening in the book next time before we go around to your turnaround and beating leukemia and stuff like that. Hopefully we could talk about that next time. But I understand, you know, like we said at the beginning, you know, you're punch drunk and, you know, absolutely. After an hour...
I'm proud of being punch drunk.
Yeah.
I was told it makes my voice sexy.
Yeah, but... No, hopefully next time you can come round and we'll have part 2. We keep people on the edge of the seats and you can come back again.
That's what you got to do, mate. It's all about the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Shit sells.
Guys, till next time, I hope you're enjoying this. If you're too impatient and you don't want to hear the rest of the story, Little Boy Scared is available to get. If you can't find it on Amazon, contact me and I will get you a link for the book. Anything you want to say on that, Dan?
Yes. I think you'll get Loose Lip Dario, more information and honesty, with a couple of rum shots to relax me.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time we're going to bring a bottle of Captain Morgan, Kraken. What rum do you like? Jerry Sailor? Ray and Nephew, what do you want?
Right, I got Kraken, and I got the other one, I'm Captain Morgan, I got all them. I want a different rum. Give me a rum from Guyana.
All right.
Right. Look at it, give me a rum from Guyana. And you gotta bring it to my studio, so my office. So and you can see all the memorabilia there. Would you be able to do that?
Yeah, we can bring the cameras.
Yeah, take the cameras, because I'm more relaxed, and I might let it all go.
Yeah. More. All right.
But we've got to go on from the Old Bailey anyway. Because I claim to fame, Stephen Sutcliffe's cell, reading all the slogans.
Wow. Fucking hell.
9 years for murder.
Peter Sutcliffe, or is it Peter Sutcliffe? Yeah, the Yorkshire Ripper.
Yeah, I was in the cell. I wish I took photographs, but we didn't have camera phones, and they wouldn't let me.
We wouldn't have had a camera phone in the cell anyway.
They wouldn't let me have a camera phone.
Yeah.
So I can do a sketch of what it was like on my brain. And when I was in I can give you a preview anyway. You're not rolling, are you?
Yeah, we're rolling still.
You're still rolling?
Yeah, this is the outro.
What the fuck?
I'll tell you what. Hey, listen, guys.
You call me on the hop then?
No, the people, shut up. We haven't said anything on top.
I tell you, when I snuck out of the hostel, I was in a bail hostel. I didn't tell you, but yeah, I got diagnosed during all that.
Yeah, wow.
And I got put up in a luxury flipping
hotel.
No.
Hospital.
No.
No.
Bail hostel.
Oh, wow.
A bail hostel.
Buzzing.
I jumped out the window. I went on the road to watch bloody Sister Act 2. Yeah, man.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. And then the next night I jumped out the window. I went to watch Last of the Mohicans with Daniel Day-Lewis. Two massive movies.
Brilliant films, yeah.
That's all. I was locked up in the bail hostel. They couldn't keep me.
Wow.
And I shaved my head then. You're not rolling out. You don't need to roll.
Yeah. So I gotta say, I gotta see out the people, guys. If you want to hear more of Dario, leave in the comments part 2. You know, and hopefully we'll bring Dario back again. Till next time, stay central.